Welcome everybody to Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm Dr. Cush. Hey, listen, I think we've covered acid at this point. So we're gonna get into some experiments. We are going today, we will be making a cocktail that's in all of my searchings through, I have found has the least amount of titratable acids in it. So we're gonna be making an old fashioned today, but because we are still in the summer of acid, we're gonna be making it with rum, and we are going to be adding just a sprinkle, just a touch, citric acid. Now, what are my thoughts on this? Couldn't we just add acid solution into it? Yes. Dang. Yeah, we could do that. Oh, but I had a theory on it. Because the old fashioned is such a finicky cocktail, unless you are in places like Madison, Wisconsin, where they will add Sprite to it or soda water to it, because it's so finicky with water, we have to really limit the amount of water that gets into an old fashioned, right? That's kind of an important part of it. We are going to be, more than anything, trying to find the triad of flavors between the sweet, the bitter, and the booze. No sour. Those sours just don't really factor into an old fashioned. Although everybody likes an orange squeezed into it. Everybody, you know, I guess that's it. An orange. That's the only acceptable. You can put a lemon in there, but you're towing the line, pal. And at this point, we're gonna have a talk afterwards. But what if, because rum and lime so famously go together, if we were able to just acidify it without adding any extra water, so we're still getting the punch of the, not the one a sour, two a sweet punch, we're still getting the booze, mixed with some of that sugar, mixed with some of that those bitters, but just with a little sprinkle of citric acid to sort of make a few more flavors pop. I don't know. That's what we're doing. I can't change it now. Anyway, that's what we have. Real quick, is Tiki Amiki here? We'll find out. Tiki Amiki, she wrote me today on YouTube. I'm working on it, all right? I'm doing everything I can. I have very little ability, but I'm working on it, I promise. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Secrets. Okay, let me say hello to the people. Oh, I believe I spoke first. There we go. So let's pop on down here to Moose. Moose. Winner of the 2026 Cush Tucky Derby and the first one to tomorrow. He's winning that race. He is in tomorrow currently, while we are still, all of us slow pokes are getting to tomorrow gradually. Good to see you there, Moose. Cocktail Lulu is here. Beat her. Yeah, see? Slow pokes. Can't beat the moose. The moose trots. The rest of us, we meander. We, what's another, trots? Trots is pretty fast, right? Gallop. Moose gallops. We trot. Anyway, Tiki Court is here. Good to see you there, Tiki Court. Thank you. How are you? Let's see. We've ended the summer of acid by doing powder in a bar. Yeah. I wish there was a better way to say it, but there isn't. That's the best way to say it. That's how we're ending this. We're ending the summer of acid by just having white powder spread out all across the bar. It's gonna get real weird. Shawnee P with the pre-show happy hour. Showed up a little late, but that's all right. It's all right, I'm just gonna dock his pay. I don't pay anyone. sorry, Shawnee P and Kyle. One day, One day. Tiki Bonbon, howdy Cushies, getting excited for TOSD. All these summer of acid classes are great lead up to it. Yes, I think so. I hope so, because these last few days have been, I've been in a deep writer's block. I have had no ability to come up with new ideas. So sprinkling acid into an old fashioned is, it's what I got for you right now. Let's see. Rod, did I say? We're still in the pre-show. Sneezes count. 1 second. Woo! Still pre-show. I can sneeze in the pre-show. It's not illegal. Roger G is here. Good to see you there, Roger G. Let's put up a Roger G situation. He says hi to Sean. I'm sure he said hi to other people too, but you know, Sean is the host of the pre-show happy hour, and that's important. Oh, we already talked to Sean. Or Roger. Never mind. Roger, good to see you again. Sneezes, knock something loose. Who else we got in here? It's mostly you four for a while. Eventually, Tiki K Dog shows up eventually. Good to see you there, Tiki K Dog, and I'll say hello to you, Amy Beer. Very good to see Amy Beer. Always nice to see Amy Beer. It's just nice. I don't know. It's just great. DC Debbie Clark, winner of the 2022 what year? DC Debbie Clark, winner of the 2023 Cush Tucky Derby. First recognized winner of the entire Cush Tucky Derby is here tonight. Nearest Waffle House to LA is Goodyear, Arizona. That is true. That is true. I have been, there's grown up in Phoenix, there's a Waffle House right down the street from me. I did not understand how rare it was. I would have gone more. I think I went there once for a cast party after I played the old man and the narrator in a play called Into the Woods. Into the woods we go again. We have to every now and then. They gave me the 2 non-singing parts. Pretty good. Dougie G in the place to be with a howdy. Good to see you there, Dougie G. Dougie G working on a lot of stuff. Love to see that you guys are out there doing all the good stuff. Who else do we have in here? I might have missed some of you. Here's Instagram. We got Instagram in here. We're live. Pismo is here. Good to see you there, Pismo. And Mrs. Pismo is here. Look at the Pismos coming together. This has turned into a Waffle House chat. Gotta love that. 2 out of 3 Amy's. Did I miss one of the Amy's? Oh, Tiki Miki. Tiki Miki, spoke to you earlier. Had no idea if you were here or not. Working on it. All right. I'm doing my very best, but they're not giving me, there's not a lot of wiggle room. But if there is any wiggle room at all, I got you covered. Papa Mau Mau is here. Good to see you there, Papa. Same note to you. We mosey. We mosey. That's exactly what we do. Bootopia is here. Wow. I feel like Bootopia's been absent for a little bit. Good to see you there, Boot. What a pleasure. Into the O's. Into the woods. I think that's what we're talking about. Into the woods. Into the woods we go again. We have to every now and then. Into the woods in the morning. None of the words. Okay. That's what we're doing today, guys. I want to see how just a little bit of citric acid in powder form will affect how a rum old-fashioned works. Is it even a viable option? We've never made this on the show. I've never made this in real life. The show, I will let you know, is my real life. This is actually for you guys. It's on, it's on the TV. It seems like you're separated from it. I can touch all this stuff. So this is my real life, but we're about to make it in real life for the first time, and then we will get into that. Shawnee, that's our, honestly, always interested to see what the chat is all about. Anyway. Oh my God, let's get into it. Okay, that's the end of the pre-show. Let's get into the show right here. It seems a little dark in here, does it not? Okay, we're gonna go into the show right now, and you got to watch this introduction before we do it. Bye. Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, a
along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink.
It's not the way we start the show. Welcome everybody to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I am Dr. Cush, and hey, eventually we run out of drinks, all right? So this is what we're up to. We're sort of butting up against the end of the Summer of Acid, and so now we're just trying Summer of Acid experiments. What I want to do is I want to throw some citric acid powder into an old fashioned that I'm making. A couple things that I'm looking for in this experiment. First of all, water. Old fashions are finicky with their water. The reason that you can ruin an old fashioned really quick is by using the wrong water, by using too much water, by over diluting it and making it a big old mess. Another thing, I'm looking for dilution, not of the water. I'm looking for how well, with just a stir, can I throw some citric acid in. I also want to see how much is too much. Like if I'm running a quick and dirty bar, can I just throw in, I think probably the solution eventually we'll make a super potent citric acid solution, throw that into a cocktail, and that way we're not putting a lot of water into it, but like a dash or two should work. But that's not what we're doing today. We're doing it with just the dry powder, and I think those are the two things we want to look into. So that's what we're making. We're making an old fashioned. We're making a rum old fashioned. And instead of just adding granulated sugar, we're going to be adding some citric acid as well. Now, I have a lot of time, and this one goes pretty gosh darn quick. So, mosey back here and get this. Oh, no. Oh, I got one. Whew. We have one old fashioned glass left. This is an old fashioned glass. We're going to be making this cocktail. Don't look at that cocktail. We're going to be making this cocktail in glass. This is one of our favorite things to do because it means less dishes to do at the end. Right here is an old-fashioned glass. I'm going to be making my version of the old-fashioned. I won't be lighting it on fire, and here's the reason why. Normally, I light my old-fashioned on fire. Not lighting it on fire today, because in order to light on fire, we're going to have to be squeezing some citrus in there. I want to see what the citrus does without, what the citric acid does without actually adding any of the citrus oils in there. I know that that will change the flavor a little bit, so we're not going to do it. I know that that's a bummer. I know that people like seeing the things light on fire. Little pyromaniacs just running around here. But anyway, let's go into it. So we're going to take one of these guys. This is called a sugar cube. This is one. Light something else on fire. Hold on. What else should I light on fire, Kyle? What would you have me light on fire? Kyle, if you bring me another glass, I might light something on fire. All right, but for the experiment, we have to have controls. The controls is all over the place. So we're gonna take this little sugar cube. This is 1 cube of sugar. Boop. Perfect. Now we're gonna take our Amy Beer sponsored bottle of Angostura bitters, and we are going to soak this little sugar cube in like this. We want that sugar cube to have a nice good soak. Let's bring in soak cam real quick. Hello. Bring in soak cam real quick. This is what we're doing. Soak, soak, soak. Soak, soak, soak. Until that sugar cube is nice and soaky. Now, there is a little bit of extra Angostura sitting around here. That's fine, because we need something to absorb the citric acid. We're going to throw the citric acid in now, because during the grinding process, we are going to need to sort of mash this down. Now, I did some research. Let me tell you about the research. For 1 ounce of lemon juice, we're just doing citric acid, so we're not doing lime acid, we're doing lemon acid. I know that lime acid would probably go better, but that's 2 different acids. We're doing 1 acid, doing citric acid. For every 1 ounce of citric acid, or sorry, for every 1 ounce of lemon juice, there's 1.6 grams of citric acid. Now, if we were to put in 1 full ounce of lemon juice into an old fashioned, we would know. We would certainly know. So instead, we're going to put in a lot less. I have a feeling that we're going to be putting in like this much. Let's bring in this much, Cam. This much right here. This is the amount of citric acid we're putting in here. This is probably less than a 1/4 teaspoon. Sorry, this is probably less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is probably ranging in the 1/16 of a teaspoon. Oh, look at that shot right there. Oh, wow. Look at this mise en scene I got going on here. This is probably a little less than an 1/8 of an ounce. We're looking into the 1/16 of a teaspoon category of measurements here. And we're just gonna drop this in here. Now I know it's gonna be tough. Boy, should I just keep this this shot the whole time? I really like it. Feels like it's dangerous. Like we're heading into the woods. Okay. Throw this here. Let's give this a nice little squish. Some people will, of course, call this not a squish. They will instead call it a muddle. I also like that word, but we're just going to give this a muddle. We just want this muddled going through here. Now, this is where I am concerned about the flavorings. Because I haven't put in enough to, first of all, to light on fire. It's just enough to sort of make it this dry mush. There you go. Let me show you some dry mush. That's some dry mush right there. I want all of this off of the side of my guy. There we go. Because it's just this dry mush, I'm hoping that because, of course, when we put some booze in here, the booze is going to make all of that dry mush into a wet mush, and the sugar mush will mush in to the booze, and it will incorporate. Will the same thing happen with citric acid? It should. Cush has a Jurassic. Yeah, it's like a Jurassic Park homage. That's I don't do a very good impression of a any kind of dinosaur, really, but specifically the Tyrannosaurus Rex, what I was going for. And then midway through, I realized that's just not good. It's just not good. Here we go. We're going to throw in some Panama rum. This is Trader Joe's Panama rum. We are balling on a budget over here. $14.99 for a 750 milliliters. I'm going to take it. We're going to put in 2 ounces of some aged rum is what we're looking for. Something in the Spanish style of rummery. There we go. Now I am going to take the rest of this and I'm going to give this a stir. What I'm hoping for at this point is that we can stir this enough that we get most of the sugar and hopefully all of the that guy Sam Neill from Jurassic Park, Utopia. Sam Neill died. Very, very sad. If you guys are fans of horror movies, I certainly am. Watched Obsession recently. Very, very good. If you guys are fans of horror movies, I think one of the scariest movies of all time, Sam Neill was in. And he played the scary guy. It was a movie called The Event Horizon, or just Event Horizon. Very, very space horror. I love space movies. I love horror movies. But most of all, I like Big Thing Chases Little Thing movies. Okay, we got most of it. You can't tell from the side, so let's bring in no side cam. You can see that there's a little bit of muck down there. It's not ideal. A little bit of muck down there. See if we can't just get that coming up. Now, I don't know if that is sugar or if that is citric. If it's sugar, we can deal with it. Oh, yeah, look at that. Heart of Darkness, what this looks like. I don't know if that's sugar or if that is citric. We have a little less muck now. A little less mucky there. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Yeah, okay. What does every cocktail need? It needs, his best performance was in Hunt for Red October. That's a pretty good performance. Listen, Sam Neill, very talented guy. Very, very talented guy. I think the scariest I've ever seen almost any person on screen ever. Other than there's a great movie called Tiptoe Through the Tulips, Insidious. The guy that is sewing and typing. Pretty scary too. Other than that, I think Sam Neill was one of the scariest characters ever on screen in Event Horizon. Okay, go ahead and put some ice in here. Oh, what does every cocktail need? Water. We're gonna throw some water in here. We only have whipping cubes. I have been lacking. I've been slacking and lacking and racking my brain on trying to get some big ice cubes made. I just can't get it done. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a stir. Thank you, Chuck. I thought that was a pretty good Tiny Tim impression. Tiptoe through the tulips. Yes, Big Thing Chases Little Thing, my very favorite type of movie. Big Thing Chases Little Thing. If you put a big thing and you make it run after a little thing, I am very much going to enjoy your movie. I don't care how bad the movie is. I like Big Thing Chases Little Thing. Pacific Rim, horrible movie. Loved it. Loved every second of it. And that was really Big Thing Fights Big Thing, which is not one of my favorite genres, but because the little things were running the big things, I feel like that counts a little bit. Let me just say, I did like Pacific Rim. I thought it was a fine movie. This is what we got right here, guys. This is not a genius cocktail, but I want to see how this works out. Does the citric acid play? Does the thing? Does the old fashioned need to have its citrus added in water? Does the old fashioned even need citrus in it? I don't know. Don't know. If you like lots of fighting, you'll love the Odyssey. I don't know if it's fighting that I like. I like chasing. And I do know in the Odyssey, for those of you who don't know, I was a comparative literature major, did a whole class on Homer. I did a whole class on the old books and whatnot. My thesis was that Beowulf was a non-Christian, the first non-Christian hero. This is what I wrote. Got published. I don't know if it made any sense. Somebody published it though. What were we talking about? Oh, the old fashioned. Does it even need lime? That's what we're asking. Yes, and so what I know is that there is a big thing that does some chasing in the Odyssey, and that's will most likely be my favorite part because that's what I like. I like the giants, and I like them chasing small Odysseus. Interesting news. Doesn't smell like anything's changed. Check the bottom. Yep. Everything is good. Huh. Huh. Did the bitters go in? They did go in, Bon Bon. Huh. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk about it. Shall we? Let's talk about it. The citric acid is in there. It's in there. This is a more sour drink than other drinks, than other old fashions I've had, which are usually pretty bitter forward, right? The sweetness certainly comes through. It's a sweet rum. It's a Panamanian rum, so it's got some sweetness to it. The sugar's not a problem. This is I think where it goes wrong. I am tasting lemon, tasting citric acid, but it's not that it's too strong. Is that there's nothing backing it up. What do I mean by that? So when you put in citrus juice into something, then you're also going to have the juiciness, the flavor in there. So what I'm tasting is it actually is very dry. A tiki cord, did the citric acid dissolve all the way? It's just on the bottom of the glass. No, it is completely gone. There is no citric acid on here, even a little bit. So I think we're good. it just ends up tasting dry. Boy, that's odd. I think maybe my brain has been tricked into believing that if there is a sourness in something, then it needs to also be a little juicy. Is dry bad? Asked Chuck. Sometimes dry is great. Sometimes, you want to throw in, instead of a sweet vermouth, you want to throw in a dry vermouth into a Manhattan, and you find yourself in a good spot. Matching out the bourbon that you have because you don't have any rye, and you switch up the dry and the sweet for those two things. Sometimes a little dryness can help out. I'm finding it to be a little off-putting, like my taste buds aren't really accepting. Like, it tastes like it's almost soured. Not like we've made it sour, but like it has gone sour. Like maybe the sugar was too old. Although, can sugar go bad? Yeah. It's not lip puckering sour at all. Like, I'm not jolted by it. I just feel like it stops somewhere. Like almost like the lemon, the citric acid is sharp, immediate. It's very immediate. There's no like hanging out with this drink anymore. We're usually with an old fashioned. Let's just make an old fashioned. I got one more back here. Oh, I have two more back here. Oh no, I have one more back here. Let's make another old fashioned. Okay, this time we're gonna make an old fashioned, but we're gonna make it, I'm gonna light it on fire. Why not? We got time. Tiptoe through the tulips. Okay, here we go. This one needs a lot of bitters. If we're gonna light it on fire, we gotta really bitter this up. So we're changing two things in this. I know that the cocktail geeks online hate when I do this cocktail, but I no longer care what the cocktail geeks have to think. They are welcome to their opinion, and I am uninterested in it. Okay. I need a knife. Is there a knife on here? Let me. This is a fun thing that I own. I think you guys should see this. One of the most useless situations of all time. This is a gentleman's. Oh, sorry. Started the show over. Oh, what's up, Okanagan? It's Chris and Prentice. It's Chris and Prentice, everybody. These guys are awesome. Oh, sorry. They are right here. Nothing much, Chris and Prentice. Good to see you guys. Okay, this is just this useless little situation that I have right here. Right here. It's got this, one of these. It's got a muddler. It has this. The only thing we're using it for right now is a knife, because I do not have a knife. We are going to be putting a lime in here. It cuts perfectly because I don't think I've ever used this ever once. There we go. Okay, we'll cut that. And then, oh, do we have I must have a lighter in here. Oh, I know where it is. 1 second. Are there cocktail geeks? That can't be a real question, right? There are definitely cocktail geeks. There are very, very geeky people about cocktails, and they have the way that they make their cocktails, and that's all they got. Oh, cool. Okay, guys, real quick, emergency. Chris and Prentice over in Okanagave are doing a live show tomorrow night. Hope you can all join. I highly recommend it. Those guys are, first of all, just delightful. Just a delightful group. And also incredibly knowledgeable. So you know how I'm always like, hey, I only have one whiskey. The exact opposite for those guys. So, let's get the lights going. If we're gonna light it on fire, we might as well go big. Let's go into Govee. Let's go into spotlights. Here we go. All right, let's just light this on fire. Am I spotlit? There we go. Spotlit. Come on, spotlight. There you are. Okay, let's go ahead and hit this I light this on fire. If we're gonna make an old fashioned, we gotta make it right. Light this on fire, here we go. We're gonna chase this. Until it starts making noises. Squeeze. Oh, dang. Let's do it again. Do a touch more bitters. I am certainly out of practice with my cocktail lighting. Plus the fan's on. All right, let's get this going. Here we go. All right, get in here. Spin, spin, spin. Oh, it's not gonna work. All right, well, either way, let's get out of here so I can save a little face. Let's go, boom. Either way, okay. We've lit the bitters on fire at least. Smells nice, and there's a little lime juice in here, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and put in 2 ounces of some rum. Oh, rum. My directing pedals are off balance today. There we go. And let's give this a spin. Tiptoe through the tulips. Anybody else seen Insidious? Still look. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. Okay, give this a little spin ski right here. Put this over here. All right, we got ourselves an old fashioned. Let's make sure all that sugar is dissolved for the most part. You guys want to look at my belly again? There we go. Hello. All right, so this is an old fashioned with just citric acid. This is an old fashioned with a few more bitters, certainly, because I tried to do something, and then a squeezed lemon or a lime in here. This one smells like lime, which makes me feel better. This one's better. This one is better. I think the oils, my brain understands that there are oils in here because as I get it close to us, as I get it close to my nose, me and my nose, friends for life. As I get close to my nose, I smell the lime, and that way I feel more inclined to believe that there's lime in there. And even though malic acid lasts a little bit longer, certainly, than citric acid, and this one only has citric acid, this one has citric and malic acid. Yeah, this one tastes wrong. So, I suppose then we have to ask ourselves, what did we learn? This thing is called the Bartender. Chuck's added in his wish list. Hey, Chuck. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think. I don't know. I'll be very honest with you. I think I've had this for 10 years. I think I used it for the first time today. I don't know what the measurements are on this little thing. I mean, just having the jigger on the outside like this really means nothing. You know, maybe put something else on. Like, what is this? A spoon? I don't think it's worth it. Okay. I don't like this one. So the citric acid as a powder is no bueno. It's not the way to go. This one I like much more. Yes, there's more bitters in here, and of course, I'm a fan of bitters. I'll just drink bitters by themselves. But the lime feels real. The old-fashioned is finicky. The old-fashioned is just finicky. It's just tough to deal with an old-fashioned. People are particular about their old fashions. One of my first jobs ever, I worked at a place, maybe you've heard of it, called the Cracker Barrel. I was a waiter at the Cracker Barrel. I worked Sunday mornings at the Cracker Barrel. And let me tell you how many, for every one person that there is on this earth, there is a style of eggs that is unique to them. Nobody likes their eggs the exact same way. I myself, I like my eggs over very easy, which is a very difficult way to make eggs. I get it. I don't order eggs in restaurants because I know that I'm being a jerk. I, at my house, will make my over very easy egg. I don't like sunny side up. I like them over very easy, right? So I don't order stuff. The same thing with the old fashioned, right? Every single human on earth will have an old fashioned that they like. Whatever your old fashioned is, I'm sure it says something about you. I'm sure it's very much like the tarot, right? You pull the King of Knights. It's not a card. The Queen of Wands, and it means something to you, right? It means something different to everybody else. The old fashioned, I believe, is very similar to that. So this is better. So I'm going to keep working on it because I do think that this drink is better by having some sort of acid in here, right? The old fashioned does not have, famously, does not have an acid element. I mean, lactic acid in the fermentation process of the rum or the whiskey, there are different acetates that show up in different things, but that's not what we're talking about, right? We're not talking about that. We're talking about like a citrus style acid or a tartaric, some fruit acid. It just doesn't exist in the old fashioned. It just famously just doesn't. So in order to do that, we got to find a new way to do it. Now, my thought now that I'm thinking about it, and I had a little bit of time between the failures just a moment ago until right now, is that we need to have a new solution, a new acid solution that isn't meant for, it isn't meant for regular cocktails. It's meant for old-fashioned style cocktails. Something that is way higher percentage of acid to water than what we would normally do. Oh, Doug likes his eggs the same way. So I guess me and Doug are together and everybody else is against us. Let's just try. Let me just see if I can't. Let's just try. Let's just try it. How about, oh gosh, we're running into time, but let's just try it, right? We got this tartaric acid. I think that would be fine. We have this lactic acid, and we have this succinic acid. Now, succinic acid is very strong. This is 8% to water, and in order to make like a liter of this stuff, we would then add this 8% to another, we'd add it in like 10 drops. So I don't think that's what we're looking for. I don't think, I mean, obviously we could do coffee bitters. We could get some of our chlorogenic acid in here. We could do acid phosphate, but that's more for, like sodas. So that would give us a bit of a citrus pop, but it's more minerally. And that's, I don't think that's what we're looking for. So I think what we're looking for is a mix between the lactic and the tartaric. Let's just see if we can fix it, right? So tartaric is grape, lactic is fermented and milk. I think the lactic is what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and put in like, I don't know, I'm gonna do like half a dropper. I don't wanna do it by drops, that looks goofy. There we go. We're going to put a half a drop. There we go. About half a dropper of that right there. And we're going to do the same thing. Well, let's try it first. Amy likes her eggs over hard. Oh, the fix-it acid. Are we talking about succinic? Succinic is a bit of a fix-it acid. Yeah, it fills in the blanks for a lot of different things. Okay, so we got this. Let's just see. So what we've done is we've added the lactic. The lactic is now meant to sort of take away the hard edges, make this a little creamier. I don't know. That is better. Okay, all right, shoot. Okay, that is surprisingly better. There is something nice about that. Let's try a little bit of this tartaric acid then. Tartaric acid, the moment that we put it in, we are more or less taking this out of the old-fashioned category, and we are scooching it toward the martini Manhattan category, because of course this is grape acid. So we're going to start getting closer into the vermouth situation. Okay, we're going to put a half a dasher of that in. And when you put those two in there, you've made a champagne acid without the bubbles. Acid tincture. Yes. How much time do we got? Okay, we're gonna try it on this too. This is way better. This went from basically undrinkable. It went from basically undrinkable to a pretty rounded cocktail. That's pretty good. That's honestly, this is the largest change with the lactic and the tartaric acid that we've seen all summer of acid. So I think that probably what we should do is skip the citric acid. And the same way we talk about saline solution, we should talk about, and I probably put too much in. I think because I didn't want to look like a dork and do drops, I probably could have done drops. But let's do the same thing for both of these. So this is lactic acid. We're gonna do, oh, did we start with lactic? Yeah, lactic. Just do a half a little dropper there. Probably too much. It's probably too much. Uh-oh. That's really good. Let's try it with the tartaric. I know this cocktail like the back of my hand. This is, I remember I had a sailboat in the back of my hand, a little sailboat. I know it like the back of my hand. It is a very, it's a cocktail that I know very well. 1 cube of sugar, about 10 dashes of Angostura bitters, and then whatever liquor I'm going for. This is a better version of that. So the lactic acid is doing something really good there. Let's get some tartaric in there as well. I really don't want this to be right because now I have to learn a whole new thing. There we go. That's half a dash right there. Let's give it a stir. Boy, that is... Oh, Jesus. Okay. 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 All right. It's delicious. It's a subtle change. But you guys know I like a subtle change. You know I like a subtle change. Oh, what's up? Cyrus is here. Oh, dang. Cyrus, I changed the whole soundboard around, so you're going to have to give me 1 second, because I know what you like, but I don't know where it lives anymore. Is it... 1 second. Don't go anywhere. I bet there's a yippee. Yippee! There we go. And then I think the only other thing I can offer you is a goat scream. Unless, yeah, that's all I can offer you right now. But yippee is there. Yeah. Adding just a little bit of malic acid to both of these rounded them out. It took off all the sharpness to them, the bad sharpness that you don't want. Adding a little bit of tartaric added the correct type of acidity that we are looking for. The old-fashioned is the old-fashioned because of what it lacks. Because it has no citric acid in it, because it has no malic acid. That's what it is. It's that. So, what the hell is in there? Oh, that's a little piece of, thought it was a tiny little bug. It is a piece of a toothpick. The tartaric acid, the reason that we transferred from the old-fashioned into Manhattan-style cocktails is because the tartaric and the lactic acid do so well in here. I think that where I was going with this was to make the old-fashioned closer to a daiquiri, when what I should have been doing is making the old-fashioned closer to a Manhattan. And I think that is where the acids step in on this cocktail. So... even with the lime, the lemon, the citric acid in here, this is now drinkable. It's not my favorite. Dang. That is better. That is better than my old fashioned, which is really, really annoying. Really, really not interested in having to carry around tiny bottles of tartaric and lactic acid around with me every time I make an old fashioned. Can I tell you guys the worst part about being a bartender that people know about? You know, all of my friends and my non-bartender friends know that I'm a bartender and that I've been doing this for 20 plus years. And, you know, I make good drinks. They've all come to my bar and they've had good drinks with me. Every time I go over to somebody's house, they're like, hey, can you make us some drinks? And then they'll open up their cabinet and I'll see like 1 orange, 4 bottles of vodka, different vodkas, and maybe, if I'm lucky, they will have like cereal up there. I don't know what to do with that, right? So if I am going to some place and I know that they're going to ask me to make drinks, I have a teeny tiny little bottle of stuff that I bring. I bring bitters. I bring sugar. Most people just like, they're not even interested in giving me sugar. I bring different types of bitters, different types of sugar. I will sometimes bring a little bit of vermouth. I feel like vermouth is one of those things that people don't forget. Most people will lend me their salt, throw a little salt in there. And then, you know, from there, I can, and citrus, some sort of citrus. From there, I can make that. I think I now have to start carrying tartaric and lactic acid with me because they do seem to just make drinks better. Can't wait to drink the rest of that. Okay, how long do we go? Oh my God, okay, we went too late. Here's the deal, guys. We're coming up to it with Tiki Oasis. Tiki Oasis is going to be not this weekend, but next weekend. So next week is going to be busy. Let me tell you our schedule. No show on Sunday. Can't do it. We're going to do one on Monday. We're going to do one on Wednesday. We're then going to do the live show from Tiki Oasis on Saturday. I've been working on that show. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Tune in. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And then we're going to have my seminar on Sunday. We're gonna do a seminar on Sunday. I believe it starts at like 12:30 my time, so 3:30 on the East Coast. I'm gonna live stream it, live from Tiki Oasis. I'm gonna stream it so that it's tilted the right way and that you'll be able to hear me. That's what I think is going to be happening there. If it doesn't work, sorry, I'll try and tape it at least, then we'll put it up somewhere. And then we'll get back into our regular schedule of Sundays. What days do we do? Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays for a little bit. Won't you be bartending on Wednesday? I will be bartending on Tuesday. I'll be bartending on Tuesday. I'll be at Savage Seas on Tuesday. We have Chuck coming in. Very excited to see Chuck. I will also have Marie King in there. So I think that'll be a ton of fun. That's all right, Amy. You're good. Hopefully, we'll be bartending with you also on Tuesday. Amy, I'm working on it. I promise. I'm doing my very best, but I'm running into some walls at this point. But we'll get into it some other time. That's what I got for you. Yeah, Marie King. Yeah, Marie King from Dawn the Beachcomber. She'll be hanging out. Anyway, that is what the schedule looks like. Very excited to see all of you guys that we'll be seeing at Tiki Oasis. I think that'll be a ton of fun. I will have a number of different... let's get this going. I'll have a number of different events that I will be part of. I will have a room party on Saturday with an art collective. I will have a tasting on Friday with Tanduay rum. You'll be able to taste my crystal daiquiri. We made it here on the show. I'm going to be making the crystal daiquiri that day. I'm almost positive of what I'm making in the room party, but we'll have that on Saturday night. I'll let everybody know where that is. We'll have a Saturday show and then a Sunday seminar. It turns out I'm going to be a busy guy at Tiki Oasis. So very excited to be able to see all of you guys when we can. Until next time, we will tell you. Oh, and Tonga, yes, of course. And Marie King, also from Tonga. She's not there anymore. She's now the head of something at Dawn Beach, and we couldn't be prouder of her. Love that. Love that for Marie. She's one of the greatest. Until next time, guys, thank you so much, and hang around, because I'm sure Joe has something to say. But in the meanwhile, watch these names as they go by. These are the people that are keeping the show alive monetarily, but you guys showing up are keeping the show alive spiritually. So I thank you, all of you that show up here to Dr. Cush Exotic Drinks. I will see you back here on Monday for the lead up to Tiki Oasis San Diego. Here we go. Bye-bye.
Okay, let me tell you what we learned tonight. This is just from an observational standpoint from where I was sitting. First of all, I think it's important that, of course, we try things before we do the shows. Well, okay, so sometimes there's not time, and sometimes it's more fun to try them live on air. Okay, fine, we learned that. What else we learned? An old-fashioned is not a daiquiri. It never has been, never will be. Why are there multiple categories of cocktails? Well, let me tell you why. Because cocktails are different. Anyway, so don't try and make your old-fashioned a daiquiri. I'm sure that there is some life lesson in there about, breaking eggs before they're hatched, or, wild horses, or whatever. I don't know what the metaphor is, but the real, true-to-life lesson that we have to learn is a old-fashioned is not a daiquiri. However, and this, I don't know how this fits into the metaphor, an old-fashioned can be a Manhattan. Very close. All right, so if you need to change something in your life, don't change your old-fashioned into a daiquiri. No, that would be silly. Instead, change your old-fashioned into a Manhattan. I think that's it. Oh, and also, listen, another thing, and Chuck brings up a good point, don't always listen to Dr. Cush. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a cocktail buffoon. He's an absolute cocktail buffoon. I wouldn't, if you want the bartender, get the bartender. Listen, just because he tried to turn the bartender into a daiquiri, when of course it's a Manhattan, perhaps, Chuck, for you, it was always a martini. There's a metaphor in here somewhere. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna go look for it. Hey, what do we always say? Hey, Jinga Jenga. Hey, Jinga Jenga. Turn my martini into a Manhattan real quick for me. And also, did we roll the credits? I think we did. Let's try. Let's see if we can put another commercial in here. Why not? Just load you up with commercials. Anyway, well, one day we'll get this whole thing rolling. Thank you, Bon Bon. Honestly, Bon Bon, he knows I'm joking. He knows I'm joking. Anyway, until next time, thank you everybody for tuning into Dr. Cush Exotic Drinks. I am Smoking Joe, and what do we always say? Hey, Jinga Jenga. Hey, find that metaphor for me and write it down, but don't use too many words. Metaphors should be like 5 or 10 words. That's it. Until next time, thank you so much. And what else we say? Oh, we say bye-bye. So bye-bye.